The Straight Red Card is sponsored by Roughneck Scarves. Visit Roughneck Scarves for your supporters' gear from Seattle, Portland, New York, to the Philadelphia Union, and anything MLS to the English Premier League. Visit Roughneck Scarves at roughneckscarves.com. Welcome to the Straight Red Card, and today we're going to talk about the United States Gold Cup roster. And there are a lot of disappointed people out there, Brett. Before we get to that, though, I just wanted to, I don't know, did you catch Alexi Lalas talking about Koke during the halftime when he was reviewing the Houston game over the weekend? I believe he called Koke a designated player.
I did not catch that. I really don't watch the halftime shows.
Oh, yeah? Why?
In all honesty.
Laziness?
No, well, I'm usually downstairs making another drink, or you know, the fact of the matter is that I can't watch the Chicago Fire games live.
Yeah,
so I have to catch those 2 days later.
Well,
but
don't those make you
FSC and all the ESPN games? I'm just not at the TV during halftime.
Doesn't watching the Fire make you sick to your stomach anyhow?
Yeah, a little queasy.
A little queasy. Anyhow, last I checked, Alexi, Koke was only making $153K this season, well under the DP cap. But you know what? I'm being trivial. That's just, you know, small stuff. Anyhow, did you catch that Wilpon, the owner of the Mets, is $400 million in debt? And yeah, doesn't that sound like, since that was the Cosmos' big hope, they're going to somehow convince Wilpon to invest in the Cosmos? Doesn't seem to vote very well.
Honesty, MLS has been hinting at the fact that New York's going to get the next team.
Yeah, but who?
That's their hope. And if I mean, in all honesty, the way it sounded like was Wilpon was like, you know, I don't need the Cosmos, but if he's 400,000 or 400 million in debt or whatever, I mean, it might work out better for the Cosmos if they can find an investor somewhere else.
Oh, isn't that the key point though? They have.
That is the key point. But you know what? The one investor, as you pointed out, that they're hoping was their big hope, was looking at them as a competitor, basically saying, "I don't need you."
Right.
So now they, you know, Cosmos just go out, find somebody with a lot of money. You know, easier said than done, I know.
Yep.
But now it looks like all the chips are falling into their hand as long as they can find the investor.
Yeah, there was
their big competition is out of the race.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah, Wilpon, I think, was annoyed because he had, you know, had some sort of backroom talks with MLS about maybe putting together a team, and he was kind of, I think, annoyed by the Cosmos more than anything else, flashing all their fancy players around and saying, "Look at us, look at us, look at us." Well, the Cosmos don't have to worry about Wilpon anymore. Looks like he's pretty much out of the running. Hey, did you like my little simulated PNR presentation yesterday?
Nice little piece.
Yeah, I know.
I got a lot of nice little comments too.
It got some nice supportive comments, and then a few guys decided to kick me in the baby nuts as well. But hey, that's how it goes, you know. Head down, move forward, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Not everybody's going to agree with your opinion.
I don't mind people disagreeing. There are some guys that disagreed rather maturely, I thought. I don't know if you read some of the later posts. Very mature disagreements. I like those. The ones where they call me a mouth breather.
The thing is that, you know, a lot of these posters have talked the conversation. They've beaten this horse to death.
Right.
Years ago. And then every so often they have a new random person popping up. Oh, how about relegation and promotion, you know, and all that stuff. And, you know, my guess is most of them are just fed up with the topic and they just want it to die. Somehow it just keeps coming back up. So.
Yeah, well, okay. So this was simulated PNR, though. It's not even really PNR, you know. So I thought maybe that would be a little different just because it's rumor-based and, whatever. Okay. So anyhow, we have the Gold Cup lineup, the roster. And I guess there's nothing surprising about the goalkeepers, really. I thought the only thing was that Nick Raimondo seemed to have earned his way onto this team. Not that he's going to ever see the field. But it was nice to see him on the
In all honesty, I think Ramondo's only on there because Guzan can't be.
Yeah, what was up with Guzan?
He's getting married.
Well, I think he picked
nice timing on the marriage, but I guess it kind of any other time probably would conflict with his actual club, appearances and stuff. So.
Doesn't seem like Brad Guzan has his priorities in order.
Yeah, like I said, it's
don't tell my wife that. Yeah,
it would fall right. Any other time would fall right in the middle of a season, whether it's Aston Villa or whether it's whoever else he might be with next year. And then that's who's paying the bills.
Yeah,
so I guess you get to choose. You choose the summertime when you're off season. You might miss the Gold Cup. What's the worst that happens?
And Tim Howard's usually pretty healthy, so he's not going to see the field anyhow. So no biggie. All right, defenders. We've got Carlos Bocanegra. Nothing new there. Jonathan Bornstein, to many chagrin, is on the team. Steve Cherundolo, who's been amazing for Hanover this season as they ended at near the very top of the German table as captain of the Hanover team. Boy, that guy's just been on fire since the World Cup. Clarence Goodson, I guess playing somewhere in Scandinavia still earns you a spot on the team.
Hey, you know what? Prior to the World Cup, and he was one of the only defenders that was consistent.
Yeah.
It was a shame he didn't get any time during the World Cup. I thought he kind of got shafted there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad to see him back in the roster.
If he's so good, though, why is he still playing at Brøndby? I don't know. It's just a thought. I like him too. Just like you.
He's a solid player, but not every league is looking for an American center back. Not saying that is the American that's preventing it from being picked up.
But Brett, they're looking for center backs.
I'm just saying.
All right. A good, solid center back, that's worth something. I'm just surprised he's still at Brøndby, that's all. He's actually a really good player. I don't know what's going on there. All right. Eric Lehigh made the team. That's nice. That's good. Okay. Young kid. He probably won't see the field much. Maybe he will. I don't know. It depends.
All those games are so close to each other. I'm sure he'll see some time in there. Trundle is going to need a rest here and there.
Yeah, at his age. Gooch made the team, and of course, he was injured at the end of the season for Twente, so I'm wondering if he's healthy or not. But apparently he must be because they left Jay DeMerit off the lineup. I guess they're feeling really good about Tim Ream, who is also on the roster.
Yeah, there's no reason they shouldn't feel good about Tim Ream.
Yeah, whenever I watch Tim Ream play, except for that one big error early in the season, I always feel good about Tim Ream. Jonathan Spector, who's pretty much just played as a center midfielder for most of the season for West Ham.
Played some wing as well.
For West Ham?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I watched a bunch of West Ham games. I didn't catch that one. But he did play out on the wing midfield as a substitute for the United States, I think last game. But all right. But
I've been corrected on that matter several times on Big Soccer. So I've never seen him play out wide. I just know that people have told me he's played out wide. So.
All right. Well, I must have missed that game. And I've watched quite a few. I mean, I haven't obviously watched all of the West Ham games. They're not on. But all the ones I saw, he played in the midfield, central midfield. And he did fairly well. He, obviously scored a couple goals in the cup game, but would have liked to have seen West Ham stay up. As you know, they are relegated, and Spector's career might end up in the second division next season in the championship. Is he out of
contract?
Yeah, well, there is word that, of course, there are 11 players or more out of contract at West Ham, so it could be a rough coming back up next season unless they do something about those contracts. And I really hope Spector finds a spot on one of the promoted teams and continues to play at center midfield. I like him there. I think it's more natural for him. I think his old striker tendencies mixed with his now defensive prowess makes him a good CDM. I like him there.
Yeah.
All right. Midfielders. Oh, surprise, surprise. Freddy Adu from Rizespor. in from Turkey, second division. He's playing with the big boys again. I think this was just a gift from Bradley. I agree that Freddie's had a good run in the second division of Turkey, but it is the second division of Turkey. And, I think this is just saying, hey, Freddie, see, we told you if you really put your head down and you worked hard, we'd give you another shot. I think that's what this is all about.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. There are just few options for wing spots. You're looking at, Chandler, which we'll get into.
Oh,
you're looking at, just some other various MLS options. I mean, some of which might be a better option than Freddy Adu. Freddy Adu does still have that potential that some people cling on to. They still throw those U20 matches out there and say, "Hey, look what he can do."
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? He's not the same player
No.
he was at the U20 level.
Right.
I haven't caught any of his matches because, as you point out, it is the second division of Turkey.
Yep.
But he's been doing pretty well there from what I've seen, heard, and read.
Well, we've watched some of the highlights. His feet are still small. He's still not as fast as he used to be, but that's okay. We'll see what Freddie can do, and he's probably going to get a shot because, look, his competition out on the wing, if you move Clint Dempsey into striker, which I think maybe they might do, is really Robbie Rogers, Sasha Kleshchen, and Benny Brickfoot Feelhaber. I think, we might see Freddie out on the wing, possibly throughout this tournament, if not against in game 3. Yeah, against the mighty Guadalupe. I think it's just Guadalupe. I don't know. I've heard it both ways. I think
Guadalupe sounds better.
It does. I think you could actually pronounce it either way. But anyhow.